Hi and welcome to class today. It's really nice to have you. You're gonna need for the start of this practice your yoga mat, nice, comfy, stretchy clothes, and we'll start in child's pose when you're ready. Feel free to have, as always, maybe some water or a hot drink if you fancy. Coming into tabletop. And then taking the knees wide out. Ideally big toes touching. And then forehead comes on the mat. We're sitting on the heels. And the arms can be extended, palms of hands touching mat. Or you can place your hands on top of each other under your forehead as a pillow. And we're going to be staying here for a few seconds. Noticing any resistance in the body here. Can you relax your shoulders a little bit more? As you breathe, can you send your breath towards the hips and lower back? Imagine if I was here, putting the palms of my hands on top of your shoulders and then gently on top of your lower back, just to give that extra pressure to let you fold even more and sink into the mat here. Inhaling nicely and deeply into the body and letting that exhale release. Inhale fully again and exhale. One more time, in through nose and exhale through mouth. Return to a nice normal breath now. And carefully bring yourself back into tabletop. The hands are stacked under the shoulders and knees are under your hips. Now looking slightly over to your left and sliding that right arm through your left armpit. Side of face is resting on the mat. And you can enjoy this pose, or you can extend the left arm slightly. Letting the side of face and shoulder area rest and relax and open up slightly. Breathing here into this space as well. And the fingertips and palm of hand are touching the mat, making the connection. And your toes and knees, cheek, and right ear. Now mindfully bring yourself back up to the center We're going to do the exact same on the other side, so looking over to your right and just sliding that left arm through. Option to extend right arm. And letting go of any control here. Just letting the body be how it wants to be. And help yourself up, back into tabletop. Now the hands are quite active. We're starting to spread the fingers wide on the mat. And imagine that you're really planting the hands and also planting the feet here, even though they're flat. The front of the feet are flat on the mat. Start to bring your attention onto your spine here, right, and the back, and all that space. And as you inhale, look up and arch your back. And exhale, around the back and drop your head. Really big, generous movements, cat-cows. Inhale, look up, arch the back. And shoulders are back away from ears. And exhale, nice round back, really pushing the floor away almost with the hands. And we're going here almost in slow motion on purpose to really give the body that nice love and care at the beginning. Now, starting to just intuitively let your hips and side of body and head and shoulders just kind of roll now how they want to be. This can look like a figure of 8 with your hips, if it helps you to follow a certain movement. Or it can just kind of be a swing, you know, right to left, getting the shoulders and the head a little bit into it as well. And we'll just do that for a moment. Very nice. Now come slowly into a still tabletop again. And we're going to be sitting on our heels now. Palms of hands can be just resting here on the thighs. And we're dropping the head down. Then looking over our right shoulder. And look over to your left. And again, rolling the head down, up to right shoulder. Head back down and up to left shoulder. Beautiful. Now gaze is just again here in front of you, relaxed face. And now we're taking the hands just alongside the body, letting them hang. And inhaling, bring the shoulders up. And exhale, release down. Inhale up all the way up to the ears and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale as we take it into a small circular motion. So we're doing small circles. Inhale as you go up and exhale down. And really sending a lot of attention and love and care into your own body and just your own field, right? Your spirit, your heart, whatever you want to connect with. It is your right to feel good in your body and to take the time to do these kind of things. Now switching the circle, so still doing the same, but just in the other direction. Really breathing fully into body here as we do this. Very nice, and slowly, slowly coming back into your normal still shape here. Now placing your right hand on the left knee or thigh. And as you inhale, rise tall and to the side. Back hand just comes here behind you, and we're staying in this shape just for a few breaths. Breathing generously in through nose and out through mouth. Back to center, same on other side. Grabbing thigh or knee with left hand and then placing right hand between your feet or sort of by the lower back and looking over to your right shoulder. Breathing fully into body here. And we're twisting more from the core rather than the neck. Inhale through nose. Exhale through mouth. Bringing yourself back to center. Grab your drink if you have one, or just take a moment. Now let's come and just sit on the mat. Feet in front of you. Feet are nice and relaxed, not necessarily too close together, just a little space in between the legs here. Now without flexing the feet, just keeping the feet normal as they are. Starting to bring your upper body slightly up so you're nice and straight. Sitting bones are really digging here into the mat, so you should feel nice and anchored, almost as if you were a tree and you had roots here. Nice and grounded, so sitting upright, crown of head really tall. And then starting to focus on your heart space, your chest, and how you're going to be bringing that area close to your mat now. It doesn't, of course, have to touch the mat. This is the direction we're going to be going, still with the upper body nice and tall. So when you're ready, just come down a little bit here. Whatever feels comfortable, you're going to find your sweet spot. Now, hands can be just resting here. You can even have them palms facing up if that feels good. Or if you want something slightly more of a stretch here, you can flex your feet, right? And then grab either hold of feet or ankle or shin, wherever your hands fall. I'm going to have them here on my toes. And remember, it's more of the chest, the heart space coming down, or at least that's the direction. And now we're holding whatever pose you chose with your hands, flexing feet or not. We're now not moving anymore and holding that shape for a few breaths. And it is when we rest, when we take the time to be still, that a lot of goodness, intuition, and inspiration comes into us, right? It's not when we're doing a million things and being stressed and putting pressure on ourselves. And it is a bit of a misconception to think that, you know, the more busy your mind is, the more productive you're going to be in your life and the more you're going to achieve. It's not necessarily the case. I find that it's a mix, and it's often the rest and self-care bits that does actually count quite a lot when it comes to success and happiness in life. So indulge in this moment with me on your mat today, holding this shape and sending the breath here in any area of your body that needs it right now. For me, it's definitely my hamstrings here, back of the legs. I'm sending my breath there today. And very gently just releasing that pose now, letting go of the hands and the feet. Coming down on the mat, I'm going to take a full body stretch. So taking your right knee up to chest. And I'm going to ask you to really let go of that knee, of that leg. So you're holding that with your arms and you can almost move it, right? It's as if someone else were holding your foot and you're not controlling the motions, you're not putting any pressure or any movement yourself with your foot. Your foot is just completely loose, and that's what we want. And you're gonna start to do small movements here, circular motions, or just right and left. This is great for the hips. For our back as well, it feels nice to be flat on the mat. Letting gravity holds us. And if you're doing circular motions, I invite you now to do the opposite direction. Small circles with the knee, and we're doing that with the hands, with the arms. They're the ones doing the heavy lifting. Nice. Now very gently, we're gonna place that foot down, extend it onto the mat. And we're taking the left knee this time into chest. Relaxing that leg completely, and same thing, starting to take circular movements or just small, gentle left and rights. Opening up a bit here. And make sure that you now do the opposite side. And taking both knees into chest. And rock yourself right to left. That should feel quite nice in the lower back. Breathing fully into body. In yoga we do something called the ujjayi breath. I like to call it the ocean sound. So it's all done just through the nose and it's quite an audible breath. So it goes like this and I invite you to join me. Sort of coming from the back of your throat, right? We'll be doing this breath a lot more over the next classes. Now bring yourself to stillness and place the sole of your feet on the mat. And bring your heel, left heel on top of your right knee and let it fall to the side. And look over to your right. So your knee is out here and you're looking over to the right. Nice twist. And taking it on the other side. Right heel comes on top of left. And letting it fall to the side and looking in opposite direction. Breathing into side of body here. Back to center for a happy baby. So slide your feet up and grab either hold of your big toe. So you might want to bring your upper back slightly up just for this. So grab hold of either your big toes or the outside of the feet. And then just bring your head back down onto the mat. Nice shape here. Really breathing into that opening, that space that we're creating. And release. Now turn over onto your belly. And we're taking a cobra pose. So forearms and palms of hands are flat. We're looking right in front of us. Sending the breath to lower back, chest, belly area, shoulders, and neck. This is quite nice for digestion. We don't often do this movement, so the body does like it. And it's nice to hold the pose for a few breaths to really get the goodness of it. And we're sort of pushing the floor away with our hands and forearms. We're not sinking lower with the chest. It is as upright as it can be. The face and the neck are relaxed. Your gaze is soft, just looking in front of you. Now bring yourself all the way down to the mat, forehead on mat, arms alongside you. You're gonna breathe in and lift the knees off your mat. And on your next inhale, lift your forehead and chest and hands now. And we want the arms to be quite close to the body, not sliding out. Same goes for the feet and the thighs. Keeping it all quite close together. And you're looking down onto your mat, not in front of you. The neck is just relaxed and back is straight. Really squeezing everything. We're in an active pose. Inhaling through nose together, softly but energetically. And out through mouth. One more time together before we rest. Inhale through nose. And exhale through mouth. With control, bring yourself down. Now push the floor away with your hands and come into a child's pose. And as we did at the beginning of class, your hands can be under your head as a pillow or they can be extended in front of you. And notice the slight difference that might be in your body in this child's pose compared to the first one you took. Is there any area of your body that has created a little bit more space today? Gently bring yourself up to a seated position on your mat. Taking the hands into prayer, Anjali Mudra. Really connecting the fingers, pressing the palms together at your heart center, closing the eyes or having a soft gaze in front of you. Or sitting upright. And just noticing how the body feels. Now we're going to do a little visualization together before we close the practice today. As we are here with hands together, sitting upright, face and eyes relaxed, breathing into the whole body. I want you to picture in your mind your ideal self, your literally best version possible of you that you can imagine. How would you look like, first of all, right now, if you were just your best self? How would you feel How would you be dressed? How would you speak? How would that person move, you know, when you interact with others? What is the overall energy of that person? And I really want you to imagine as if it was a picture, a movie in front of you here playing. What would that person ideally be doing on a daily basis in terms of work, activities, hobbies? And what type of people would you be surrounded by if you were this ideal, sparkling version of you? Where would you live? And what would this person's purpose on earth be? What gifts would that person be utilizing mostly in their daily lives and perhaps in their work as well, in connection with others? Now, still keeping eyes closed or a soft gaze, gently placing hands on your knees or thighs, palms open. I want you to say to yourself, just in your mind, this version of myself already exists somewhere within me. This version of myself actually already exists because I've imagined it, I've felt it. And I can be in that energy. I can feel that person and what that person would be. So I already am it. There is a part of me that already is that person. Opening your eyes, rubbing your hands together, creating heat, and placing the palms of hands onto your eyelids. And one finger at a time, slowly take the hands away from face. Beautiful. Thank you so much for taking the time for yourself today with me, and I will see you next time.